So hi again. Today I wanted to talk about faith. But you can't really talk about faith if you don't talk about fear. There was a time in my life, and I think half of my life, that I walked in fear. I was afraid of everything. I had panic attacks. It was that bad. And today, and in this video, I want to share with you my journey of how I overcame fear, and the only way that I did it was by overcoming it with faith. So you see, there was a time that I lived in fear, and that fear was because I allowed myself to be talked into getting into a financial mess. I was pregnant at that time, so ladies, fair warning, do not make life decisions when you are pregnant. Okay, I had pregnancy brain, I wasn't thinking straight, and so I allowed that to happen. So let me also start this out by saying that there was a time, the time that I was in fear, that I lived in fear, they were because of things that I had come to believe about myself through mistakes that I had made. One day, I'm in church, and my pastor is preaching, and as he's preaching, he says this one thing, this one line: what's the worst that could happen? I don't know what happened that day. It was like a light bulb moment. I actually took a pen and I listed what could happen. I literally had to make a list, and I put all those things down. Okay, fine. Another list that I made was what has happened already. Okay, your credit is shot, but credit can be repaired. What is the worst that could happen? And that was it. That was the thing that, I don't want to use the word deliverance, but that's how I got my deliverance. Through that one experience, my life turned around. My faith life turned around. It was almost like, through faith, there is nothing that you cannot do. Through faith. Because faith is the answer to fear. Faith is the answer to that door that you're standing in front of, afraid of what you're going to see when you open the door. The answer to that is faith. Faith is the answer to that business opportunity that you think, oh my God, there's so many people in it. What's going to happen if I go in there? It is faith. Faith requires heart. Faith requires trust in God. Faith requires belief. And if you really think about it, fear also requires belief, because you have to believe in something that you don't see. So, faith is the answer to all fears. The other thing is that fear steals. Fear paralyzes. Fear steals dreams. It steals your vision. It freezes you in time. You can't move. It gets you stagnant because you're wishing, I wish I could do this. I wish I could do that. That is fear. You have to cross from I wish I could do this to I want to do that. I'm going to do it. And if I have to learn as I go, then I will learn as I go. Because really, there is no perfect. There's no whenever I'm ready. You will never be ready. You have to start messy. Like one of my favorite people in the world now, Sean Cannell. He says, start messy. If you keep putting it up, oh, I'll start when I'm ready. I'll start when the stars align. I'll start. You will never start. Just start. It doesn't matter. Put out your content. Do it. Start it. Just start. Start slow. Start small. Every big dream starts with a thought. But you see, if that thought, there was no action backing that thought, that dream will not come to pass. When you take action on that vision, when you take action on that dream, that action is your faith at work. Faith without works is dead. I think this holds a lot of us back because we think, I made that mistake, so why should I expect God to get me out of it? It is a trick of the enemy. We all make mistakes. But the good thing about mistakes is we should learn from them. If you are in a bind right now, if you are in a situation where you are too afraid to move because of a mistake that you made, let me tell you, take out a pen. What's the worst that can happen? That's my thing. What is the worst that can happen if you do this, if you walk away? If you walk away from this particular thing, what's the worst that can happen? I believe that's a very, very important lesson. It's a very, very important question that you should be asking yourself. The only power that fear has is the one that you handed to him. The only power that fear has is the one that you handed over to him. I want you to think about that. I want you to think about that, and I want you to think about all the lies that you have allowed yourself to accept. It's time. It's time to take back your power. So hear this. Fear imprisons, but faith liberates. Fear paralyzes you, but faith empowers you. Fear sickens you, but faith heals. Fear disheartens you, but faith encourages you. So again, the only power that fear has is the one that you hand over to it. So two of my favorite songs that I want to leave you with today. One is by Tasha Cobbs, at least her version. I don't think that she wrote that song originally, but her version of that song, No Longer Slaves. That line, I'm no longer slave to fear, I am a child of God. Every time I sing that song, listen, boldness galore. The other one is by Israel Hutton, and it is He Knows My Name. He knows my name. He knows my every thought. He sees each tear that fall. It's not that things are not going to bother you, yes. But, listen, God sees it all. And He hears you when you call. And so I go back to God in faith. And knowing that He's going to help me. He's going to give me instructions for how I go through this situation and come out on the other side winning. I did like a medley of both songs. I am also going to put a link in this description if you just want to see that by itself.
And hears me when I call. So I'm no longer a slave to fear. I am a child of God, and I'm no longer a slave to fear. I am a child of God. I am a child of God. I am a child of God.
As usual, I am going to leave you with a verse of the scriptures, and today it's going to be from Joshua 1:9, and in my normal fashion I'm going to give it to you in different versions of the Bible. In the ESV, again, it's Joshua 1:9. In the ESV, it says, have I not commanded you, be strong and courageous, do not be frightened and do not be dismayed, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. Okay, that is ESV. In Message, it says, haven't I commanded you? Strength, courage. Don't be timid. Don't get discouraged. God, your God, is with you every step you take. In the good news, it says, remember that I have commanded you to be determined and confident. Don't be afraid or discouraged, for I, the Lord your God, am with you wherever you go. And then finally, in Amplified, it says, have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be terrified or dismayed, intimidated, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. So throughout this journey, throughout this walk, faith walk, whatever it is that you're doing, always remember that God is with you and He goes with you wherever you go. Whatever decisions you're trying to make, God is with you. All you need to do is go to Him in faith. At the same time, as you go to Him in faith, expect to receive, expect to get instructions. Those instructions might be with people who He brings into your circle to tell you how to get out of that situation.
He sees each tear that falls.
If this video blessed you, would you consider, sharing it with someone who battles with fear? Share with someone. Comment. Tell me what you think. Tell me your fear story. I want to know. Let's talk. Let's have a conversation. Okay? Thank you. Bye. And subscribe. 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 Subscribe.